Palantir keeps on winning millions for healthcare, as well as Sham's talk today, keeping up with the latest written article that I covered yesterday. So, first, really quick, Palantir gets another almost couple $1 million from the National Institute of Health, or NIH, for a 1 year performance period. So, it's short and sweet, it's nice to see, even if it's very small, and it's a few $1 million here and there, and it definitely adds up. So we covered at the beginning of the month, if you remember, the $19 million that we saw for over 2 years from the NIH as well. And so it's not the sexy hundreds or tens of millions of dollars like we saw or slippery slope here, but Palantir continues to demonstrate value in getting paid for it by the NIH. And this also speaks loudly to, in a way, that Palantir can slowly scale a customer. We know their operating expenses have remained in check, yet a customer like the NIH can keep expanding and adding onto the services here and there that are provided by Palantir. So, at least anecdotally, for this customer as a microcosm of that potential, shows their ability to scale, which adds up as they get more and more government and commercial customers, and at least in a similar position. And remembering that, yes, Palantir has a long way to go still with revenue growth wise, where this is still a drop in the bucket. But remember, every extra dollar makes a difference, with their GAAP profitability being only in the tens of millions of dollars. So I'm all for capturing more dollars there to help pad that. So keep up the good work, Palantir. Then we've got Shyam Sankar speaking at the Reindustrialize event, which you can watch the whole video on YouTube. Note, he starts speaking around the 10-minute mark, so you can skip ahead there, but he gets a good amount of time speaking, like almost 12 minutes. So as alluded to in the beginning, this continues to build upon the article that I covered in a previous video around the United States industrial base and how this plays a role in our country's defense, as well as economic might around the globe. So as a quick summary, he goes through the history of the United States and how during the Cold War they were in a certain position, and then the government and the way of their production taking place in the country domestically was affecting innovation. But then jumping forward to present day like today, he notes the shortfalls in comparison, at least production-wise. And so he slips in that the software for Palantir, of course, solution today can help. Getting that scalable culture back into the innovative blood of America is, in his opinion, the best way to go, and to help the US get its superiority back. And we also lead basically into the sales pitch there too, and get that awesome trailer that was dropped earlier in today on the Palantir X account. So this is important for the company to continue to talk the walk, so to speak, because, well, first of all, this is Palantir trying to get the commercial side of their business to begin to adopt or at least consider this mindset. It's one thing to be mainly driven by profits, and that will always be around for sustainability and realism for continue to thrive as a business. But adding in that almost patriotic level of thinking, at least in Palantir's vision, can add that extra oomph to at least consider Palantir's products, or at the very least, trying to use software to improve and bring back the industrial base to America, even if it's just a little bit more. And even more bare minimally, maybe it's just to take away that much more from the dependence on adversarial countries, so it's something to think about there. So to be realistic, there will always be some level of interdependence around the globe, but for being your customer or supplier, a 1% difference across the whole industrial base can be worth billions of dollars. So I'll leave it up to you if you agree with this messaging, but let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.